which brings me to my first guest speaker, the amazing Laura Fearn, my side sister. I've had so much fun with this lady in the last 5 years. We got acquainted for the fact that actually she joined as well in 2018 in the UK. We didn't know each other prior, so we decided to collaborate. This lady has achieved some phenomenal things in her business, direct to one, platinum black one, and to achieve this you need at least 50 active customers and over 15,000 customer points. It is insane. Laura, are you on, my friend? I'd love to take it over to you for you to share your story. Laura, are we on? I don't know whether Laura can hear us. I do hope that Laura can make it on.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, mate. I was like,
I was going, I'm here.
My little heart was going, where are you?
I couldn't unmute myself, sorry. Well, thank you for that introduction. I feel quite emotional now. You've thrown me off what I was going to say. So yes, as Nat said, we got started at pretty much the same time. So I'm Laura, I'm in the UK, just like Nat. I'm a mum of 3 and a wife, and I have been with Modere since April 2018. So my background prior to Modere was in education, so I'd kind of fallen into that by accident. So I'd graduated in 2004, and I really that was just a natural path for me with the type of degree I had. So I've worked in various roles in education, from teaching and sort of senior leadership across various different employers. And you know, I've had some great times during that sort of 15-year stint, but I was never really satisfied. I was always kind of moving to the next best thing. So I'd have a couple of years, I'd love it, and then I'd want to move to the next best thing. And I didn't realise it at the time, but I was chasing something that didn't exist in employment for me. I don't think I was really built for it, if you like. But obviously I had children, I had bills to pay, and so I just kept going to the next experience. And then, you know, I started to reach that point sort of 10 years in where I was burnt out, where I started to feel undervalued. I started to be frustrated with the position that I was in. Because for me, when I went to university, I kind of felt like that would be the answer, like that would give me the security I was looking for, that would allow me the freedom to choose when and where I worked and who I worked with. But in actual fact, it didn't. So really, you know, rock bottom came for me sort of 15 years in. After I'd had my 3rd child, I'd gone on maternity leave, and I found myself in a position where I was struggling to buy the basics because my maternity leave didn't give me full pay. My employer did not give me full pay, despite all of my experience, all of my qualifications. For me to be home with my baby, you know, I had to sacrifice that salary. And that's fairly normal, I think, in most industries for most people. But for me, I just thought, this can't be right. Like, how can a mom not be able to be home with her children, or be home with her children, but still have to sacrifice all of just like the normal everyday things? So one day I'm out and I'm going to buy baby formula, and this still makes me emotional when I talk about it, but I was going to buy baby formula like you always do when you're on maternity leave with a young child. And this particular time I was deciding, am I going to pay for this on my credit card, or am I going to use my rewards card? It makes me actually emotional saying it out loud, but that was really rock bottom for me. I just thought, this is not the way I want my children to grow up, having to live like this. I need to show them that something else is possible. So I kind of came across this industry at that time. Somebody fortunately introduced me to this industry at the time. I had no idea what network marketing was. I was totally oblivious to it, but I was ready to do something, and the whole concept of it excited me. So when I came across Modere, you know, for me, this industry was like the light at the end of the tunnel, the thing I'd been looking for. And I felt that there was like more to life when I saw this than living paycheck to paycheck. So I came across Modere. You know, I saw that there was a way that not only could I lose that postpartum weight that I'd been holding on to, because I'd heard all about the lean body system, which we didn't yet have at that time, but it was a vehicle for me to change direction as well. So, I got started. I had zero experience. As I say, I came from like a teaching background, so there was no connection to network marketing. I had no following on social media. I had like a couple of friends on Facebook, most of whom I didn't really engage with. I had no presence, no sales experience, and no real support. I obviously had my husband and my children, but I didn't have any real support. People didn't really understand where I was coming from. But I tell you this because it really doesn't matter. It doesn't matter where you've come from. It doesn't matter what experience you've got. Like, anybody can come in and get started here if they're willing to take sort of inspired action, if they've got that drive to do it. Because really this is the vehicle to something, much bigger. You can come in here and you can decide, I'm going to utilize this just to make a couple of £100 a month, or dollars if you're American. Or you can come in here and completely turn things around and change your life. Like, there's so much scope with this opportunity. So I came in here and I just plugged in. I got to work, and I was fortunate that Nat and I connected because we didn't know anybody else in the UK doing it. We felt like we were the only people here at the time, but we kind of plugged into everything that we could. We could see that it was just going crazy in America. We could see that they had liquid biocell, that they had trim, and it would come to us. We knew it was going to come to us. So we just, built that framework, really. We built the groups. We started working on everything in the background for a UK and EU market. And so things just exploded from there, really, for us. And, in 2021, I was at the point where I felt like I was in a position to be able to hand in my notice at work. I felt like I can actually do this. I'd built up my experience, my confidence. I felt like I knew how to work this system properly enough so to be able to leave my job. So I handed in my notice, and I gave myself sort of 2 months. I basically knew that's how much money I had before I would have to go back to work in order to make this work and replace my income. And so I just got to work, and I took that. I think I had the energy, really, at the time, that like I had that fire in me at the time to make it work. And that's exactly what I did. So for the last couple of years, I've been doing this full time. I left my job. I never went back. It's been amazing. Like, it's not only allowed me to leave my job, it's allowed me to be home. I get to take my kids to school, pick them up every day. I've helped thousands of women in the last couple of years, lose weight, drop dress size, feel good in themselves. I've helped various women as well, also to make that residual income, and it's just been crazy. Like, I've traveled so much. Where have we been, Nat? We've been to Greece, we've been to Belgium, we've been to Paris, we've been all over, which I never would have been able to do. I never would have been able to even get time off of work, even if I'd ever qualified for it. And I paid off my debt. We've bought a home. All of these things would not have been possible had it not been for, Modere, me finding this vehicle. So just know that you can do whatever you want with this. Like, it's a real thing. You can do whatever you want as long as you take the inspired action. The vehicle is there. Take action, be a sponge, be open to it, and do with it what you feel is your purpose.
Laura,
that's me, Nat.
I know your story because I've been with you every step of the way, and but it still gives me goosebumps. The part that, and I think that especially now, we're living in this world where cost of living, it's crazy, and again you have to turn on the news. Don't watch the news though, guys, just turn the news off. Negative. But we've all had that moment in life, or we know somebody who's had that moment where you pay for your fuel, or you go to pay for something, you're like, I don't know whether I've got enough money in my bank to pay for this. And so and we all have that moment, goes, something's got to change. And so we've got something amazing in our mouth right now that we can go and share with the world. We're in the month of the busiest retail season. People are going to still be shopping. whether they can actually afford to be shopping fully or not. They're still going to be buying gifts for people as we come into Christmas and other things. But so Laura, on this point about Black Friday, like, you smash the customer pods all day long, honestly, queen of TikTok and Reels and things. So give us some golden nuggets then for people are listening in, and again, they want to really kind of make the most of this month as we lead into Black Friday. What are you doing right now in terms of prep in this, like, next week, 2 weeks? What are you doing as prep? Let's kind of do a bit of, like, behind in Laura's world.
I think if you have been here a while, if you've got customers already and you've got people that you've spoken to already, for sure be building that VIP list. That's exactly what I'm doing right now. So speaking to anyone and everyone who I've ever spoken to about these products and asking them if they want to get on that VIP list, but with excitement. So letting them know that they will be the first to know all about the deals before it goes out to the general public, letting them know that it will sell out, so they need to be on this list. So yeah, building that list and being fully prepared, so know what deals are available, know what deals are going to suit your customers, and know how you can add in extras. Basically, they're going to get massive discounts on the things that they ordinarily have anyway, so let them know, if you add in this, if you add in that, you can save even more. So upselling on those, I suppose. And then and in addition to that, I'll obviously be working new business, but anybody can come in from that stance. So if you're brand new, being everywhere all of the time. So I think being visible in your stories, in your reels, going live if you have more than 1,000 followers, obviously on TikTok, going live, I think is the best and the fastest way to be reaching people. Even more so when you're new, really, because obviously if you want to build at a faster pace, that's a quicker way to do it for sure, because you can build that relationship much faster. So that's what I'm doing.
That's what you're doing in Laura's world. And what about, like, if you're so, like, you're brand new, or like maybe you're just kind of looking at the business now and then wanting to get started? If you're going to give a piece of advice or pieces of advice to the person you were 5 years ago, what would you say? What would be your message that you'd say to you 5 years ago, for example?
I would say, I didn't need any encouragement to get started, because I was looking for this. I was waiting for it. But I would say if you're into your minds about it, if you're even, close to thinking, yes, I'm going to do it, but maybe I'm just going to wait this amount of time, or I'm going to wait for the perfect moment, I would say just don't wait. The perfect moment never comes. There's always going to be something that keeps you busy. Just get started and put one foot in front of the other, and also don't spend too much time just learning. Like, we all do that. We come in and we do all of the training videos, and we want to learn everything about the products and all the ingredients before we get started. But just come in and take the action. Just get to it, because then you're going to get there faster.
Oh, Laura, you are fabulous, mate. It's so good to be today. Absolutely. Thank you so much. I know.
Thank you.
Busy woman, and again, you've got the kids, so again, thank you so much for your time.
No, thank you.
So and my next